Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to apply epoxy clear coat, mainly in Vertex Light. So what you need is 2 cups and something to mix the epoxy. I usually prefer to use a piece of aluminium because that way I'm not going to get any kind of particles in the epoxy when I'm mixing it. So let me zoom here a little bit. Since I'm only going to clear coat 4 doors this time, I'm thinking something like 5 millimeters of each should be enough. And you really don't want to use too much of the epoxy when you're clear coating, because later down in the line it's gonna be way more harder to get all those air bubbles off. Because when you're mixing this stuff, it does tend to accumulate a lot of air bubbles in it. But I'm gonna show you later how to get rid of those. So be very sure to have the exact same ratio of 50-50 when you're measuring the resin and hardener in the cups. It's very important. So if it takes longer to measure the right amount, just take that time, because if you don't do that, it's not gonna harden the way it should be, and the surface is gonna stay a little bit. So before starting to mix the epoxy, make sure that you get all the hardener out from the other cup. Just use the mixing stick like I do here. Make sure that you get every little drop out of. After that's done, just start to mix the 2 components together like there's no tomorrow for about 2 minutes, as it's stated in the instructions that come with the epoxy. So yeah, just mix and mix even more. You really want to get a very bubble-filled mixture when you're done mixing the 2 components together. So when you're done, you should get this really bubble-filled mixture. Now just let it sit for about, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes. That's usually the time I let it sit. And if you're really paranoid getting dust in it, just put something on top of the cup while it. So after 10 to 15 minutes, most of the air bubbles should have risen to the surface of the cup, and there should be only very small ones left. Now it's just a matter of applying the epoxy on your baits. I've heard that some people prefer to do this when they have their baits in their hands still, but because of the design of my rotation wheel, I just prefer to do it like this. I mean, both ways are good, I guess, but I guess my way is a little less messy. But yeah, I guess it just depends on how fast you're applying the epoxy on your baits. I'm not very fast, so I just do it like this. And actually, the first time you're applying the epoxy, it's just you don't have to be very accurate and do a very good job of it, because you can always come back later and take care of those spots that you might have missed. because it's very easy to spot them if you have like a lamp to help you. Yeah. I'm gonna zoom here a bit. There. So like I'm doing here, I'm just now taking care of all those spots that I missed the first time I applied it. Just have a nice thin layer on there. You don't have to put a lot of it. After you've gone through all your lures, you just let them rotate on the wheel for about 10 minutes, and after that, that should be enough time for most of the bubbles to pop and for the epoxy to set in there evenly. So after that 10 minutes of letting the lures rotate on the rotation wheel, in order for you to get that glass-like finish on the lures, you have to do this little trick of blowing hot air to the spots where you can still see those pesky air bubbles. It's kind of important for me to note here that you don't blow too close and not for too long, because doing that might end up having a very uneven finish or even burn the bait. I've actually did that the first time I tested out this method, so take it from me, don't burn your baits. Just be very methodical here when you're going through the baits. Make sure that you get every little bubble. And if you don't have a hot air blower or a propane torch, then I know that many other bait builders seem to use. You can always use a air blower. You can just borrow one from your sister or mom or girlfriend. But I would say that investing in a propane torch or a hot air blower, it really pays off. And like you can see here, I'm using the brush to get rid of those bubbles that are a little bit deeper in the clear coat that the hot air won't actually burst. And yeah, I have to also say here that you only have a very small window of opportunity to apply the clear coat and actually blow the hot air, because Invertex is actually heat activated, so there's only like 10 minutes, I would say. After that you can only get things worse, pretty much. So like you can see here, it's has a very nice finish, and there's almost no air bubbles left anymore, which is nice. This is what you might expect to achieve with this little epoxy tutorial of mine. So just want to say thanks to all new subscribers, and if you want to see more of my stuff, check out my blog, links down below. And yeah, until next time, see ya.